Hi, this is John from Bearable Traders, and I have the wrong date on my slides. Hello again, this is John from Bearable Traders, and I never make mistakes, and this is my best and worst trade from HLI 2021. As always, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, or hit the alert bell, that would be molto bella. My worst trade today was on Airbnb. This was a high day break trade where the high day was 142.42. The volume at entry was about 2.4 million shares and the R-vol was about 110%. Kind of an interesting high day here. I like to take high days near pre-market highs, and that's what we have here. The pre-market high is 142.41. You can see it is this dotted magenta line here. Potentially good breakout area. And then we have S3, the Camarilla pivot point, sitting just above at 142.51. So there could be some resistance provided by that, or it could add to the potential for a breakout, but it's something you definitely need to keep your eye on and be aware that it's there. Had great building 1 minute volume all the way up until I took my entry, and we can talk about that in a second. Had the SPY was chopping in a range, I had a hard time fitting a readable SPY chart in this small space here, but it's kind of trading between this high up around here, 429, a bit above 429, and the pre-market low, which was down near 427.50. It's kind of in a wave pattern, and we're catching it on an upward move there, so that's good. We're not trading against the SPY at entry. Took an entry at 142.59 when the bid broke 142.50. So sometimes I like to see the bid actually get over the $half levels, and I waited to see that and got in at 142.50. Perhaps taking it on the actual pre-market high would have been the better play. That would have ended up giving me a bit more breathing room in this trade, so something to think about there. After I entered, the volume fell off, like way off. So you can see it building beautifully here. I enter and then boom, like no volume whatsoever. That had me thinking. You got to watch volume when you trade. You can't just watch candles. You got to watch how many buyers and sellers are playing as well. And at this point, I'm kind of looking to see if the pre-market high is going to provide support for my trade. And it did for a little while. So I'm not in bad shape here. Kind of waiting to see if the volume will pick up. You know, maybe this is an anomaly and the next candle is going to pick back up. That never really happened. And then we began to lose that pre-market high. And I got out here down at, 142.14. This is a 0.545 R loss, about half an R loss. And turned out to be a good decision. It might have bought back a little bit, but I would have been out a full R eventually anyway, so just had to accept the loss on this one. My best trade was on Boeing. This is a news pop trade. The volume at entry, I'm guessing it was about 14 million shares, and I'm also guessing the R-vol was around 130. It was 150 by the time I was getting out of this trade, so that's a bit of a guess there. So Boeing spiked on news that 737 MAX test flights will soon resume in China. This is a nice news catalyst. So Boeing often reacts very well to news. You get big pops, and it's often about this plane, the 737 MAX. So kind of a nice news, well, actually a very nice news catalyst when you have the combination of that aircraft and China, that giant market, the potential for a good run here. So in my opinion, Boeing news spikes usually pop like it did here, popped right about to R3 here, stall, and then they carry a bit more. I think that's what Boeing does more often than not. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's what I've observed. Other stocks will pop, lesser stocks, stocks without a big name as Boeing, they'll pop on some news, and if you try to ride them, you're going to buy the top, and it's going to sell right off. I just happen to think Boeing usually carries a bit more, and I really liked this news catalyst here. So again, like the pause above R3, and then I thought R3, since we're above it, might be able to provide some support, and that might have happened here right on this bottom wick. But in any case, I took an entry at 234.19, and it kept going. The first 50% partial was on a pause above 235, so getting above that $5 level is great, and we got above it at 235.35, that's here. And then took the second 50% off on a very strong price pause that I felt around 237, so I got 236.62 out of this. And then we entered a battleground right around 236 for a long time. It would get above it and below it and above and below it. I could hear in the Bearable Traders chat room some people thinking this was going to go short, and I will admit at times it did feel short, but it eventually held 235 pretty much, and I got another 50% off at 236. I was 5 minutes from the close, and even though this is trending in my direction, I thought, why don't we take some off here at this battleground level of 236. And then with 20 seconds left in the market, I was able to get some off at 236.61. And then I let it go to the after hours post market. Actually thought we might get a run up to yesterday's high at 238. We got up above 237, but you know, after hours the spread opens up and things get weird. So I got all out at 235.58 when it lost 236 again. So that was the best and worst for today. I hope you liked this video. Please drop a comment below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.